Oh, good morning. A little bit chilly in the air here, as always. Well, today I'm going out again with my friend to fix my not to fix, but to pick up my real hearing aid, the one that I will be giving back this one and getting a real one, the one that we bought the other day. It's all been fixed. The mold has been taken, so I'll be a full person again. You know, This is for Jim, by the way. Jim knows who I'm talking about. Jim wrote me a letter, not a letter, an email the other day, and I apologize. I didn't actually read it straight away. I acknowledge that I received it, as you well know. Jim was in a situation very, maybe similar to many of you out there, including myself, where he was having, how would we put it, marital difficulties. That's trying to get the right word. But in his email, he was very open and honest about how he felt. He'd been with this lady for, I think he said, about 6 years. And he did the whole thing, bought a fancy car, a house by the sea. And when he did that, of course, he was hoping that it would last forever. But like so many of you who've been in that or are in that situation, we never know quite how things will work out. He had a good circle of friends around him, a lot of foreigners, a lot, dare I say, a lot of Americans. He's American too, but he's a nice American. He seems quite a gentle guy from what I've spoken. I've actually spoken to him on my messenger as well. So I've got a feel of how he comes across to other people. He seems yes, Jim, you're a very quiet sort of a guy. But what he was saying is how he was tormented in a way by his friends, in the sense that they're always giving you great advice, but the advice that they give is coming from their hearts to go to him. But I said to him, well, yes, it's great that you've got that circle of friends, but just remember, they're not living in your shoes. They are doing what they think is the right thing to tell you. And it's up to you whether you make that move. Like my friends have said to me, it's up to you, John. And it is up to me. And it's up to you too, to follow your own heart. We make our own mistakes. We make our own problems also. And the trouble is that when you're trying to deal with somebody who I suppose, we all test each other. Like, is she bluffing? Is it real? Does she really want me and you to separate, to go our separate ways? What about the home? The beach house, the gym. I think he was saying it cost him nearly 30 million pesos. That's a lot of money. What's that? That's almost $500,000, I think. Something like that. Well, I might be wrong, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a lot of money to give to somebody who you thought was going to be your partner for life. And to a degree, you can't help but wonder, has it been part of her long-term view to snare herself, a foreigner, to build her a home, and then to, I suppose, cast him aside when it suited her best? Maybe when the house was built, or almost completed, where she could see that things left to do would not cost her a lot of money. So like I said to him, I said, well, you're the one that has to decide. I can't decide for you, Jim. It's totally up to you. Because at the end of the day, he's devastated because he's torn between his his desire not to cast away the, the support he's had from his friends. But then he's also caught in I suppose, the triangle, the web of new people he's met since he's been away. He's been away from his wife, I think he was saying 3 months now. And she's begged him to come back, all will be forgiven, all that sort of stuff. And he's gone through that feeling of most people, it doesn't work going back. There's all this sort of, I suppose I'm just trying to draw on my own thoughts here. There's this sort of feeling, what if, and being reminded of your, I suppose, each other's infidelity, I suppose. It's hard to then come back, but some come back even stronger. But the problem is that if you put into the matrix of it all the big picture, for a Filipino, it's so hard to step back and not move forward without still blaming somebody else, as if it had nothing to do with her. And that's wrong. It's a wrong way to approach things. If you are open and willing to give something another go, then it should be that, without any reclamation. No. In other words, without any. Again, you're going to tell me, I can see it now coming up in the. There's no pointing the finger, no blame should be put on either, because after all, if both of you, and I mean this, Jim, if both of you really want to be together, you may have to step forward, and your harshest critics will be your friends. They'll say, he never listened to me. Oh well, that's his fault. Anything that happens to him from now on is all more to his own demise than anybody else's. And I said, yes, you're going to get that. You're going to have people say, well, she treated you terribly, or, I knew it wasn't going to work, guys. Well, don't always listen to everybody, because those ones that really cared about you, your friends, will see that you tried, maybe you succeed. And if you have, and they're still your friends, then they're true friends. I mean, I have friends in Australia, especially, not my children, or in New Zealand, not my children. And true friends will stay by you. They may well think behind you, hopefully not talking about you, but they will see that what you did was maybe foolish or maybe unwise to give up something so good and to go back to something that was so bad. But if it worked, then they should be supportive of you. If they're not, then move forward, Jim. Don't be. You are the only guy that can live your life. That's yourself. So just remember, I don't know you personally, but I do know how you're feeling. I know how frustrating it is when you try to get your point across. And we have social media now where we live in everywhere around the world. And to try and talk in sound bites, how you really mean, it's different. It's like if you had sent me just a text message on Facebook. How would I have understood your situation without the 4 pages of email to me? It would have been very hard for me to get a grasp of where you're at. But thankfully, with the talking, the reading, I've been able to put this video together, hopefully, to give you some moral support. Don't give up, guys. Don't give up. Jim, especially, because there is another world out there. It may be not quite how you thought it was going to be, but again, it's up to you. You're the one that has to decide what is best for you. And it may be giving up something that you thought you'd never find. It might have been a new lady, even. You know, you've talked about dating a few ladies already. And I suppose what you're doing is you are comparing, in a way, not in a nasty way, but you were comparing notes, seeing how it all worked out. But if you've made that decision, it is up to you guys, especially for you, Jim. And I wholeheartedly support whatever you do. Let me know. Send me another email. Give me a ring anytime. And you have my PayPal if you want to pay me. But yeah, I really do mean this, Jim. You know, just be yourself. Make your own decisions. Don't listen to people's comments. They're making comments because that's their comment. That's their thought for the day. Some of them are just nasty. Some are maybe jealous. But a lot of them are heartfelt. They're giving you good advice. But again, like I say, it's up to you to make that. You're the only one that can walk in your shoes. You know? And I appreciate you reaching out to me. I'm no professor in psychology. I can make mistakes just like everybody. And I just hope that you don't live to maybe regret what you've decided to do. And don't let her, I suppose, in a way, blackmail you, making you feel bad about wanting to go back to her. Because maybe she's trying to just save face. She's sort of saying, oh, you'll be all right. You've got a lovely woman now. You know, how does she know? You may be just discovering her. Or maybe you're just, I don't know, maybe you're on a good thing and you're enjoying the ride, so to speak. But don't let her put the guilt back onto you to somehow exonerate herself from making that decision. If she wants you back, she will have you back, warts and all. If she only wants you back for your money and the fact that you might try and take the beach house away from her, then it's not going to work anyway, because you'll soon discover that you were just a meal ticket and she was feeling a little bit poor, maybe with you away for 3 months. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and join me over on Grumpy Brit in the Philippines for more, maybe a follow-up of Jim, but maybe not about him today, but something different on later on Grumpy. When I get back from having my hearing aid, finally with the mold and everything in place today, all reprogrammed, ready so I can differentiate between the sounds, which I don't believe I've been able to do with the cheaper version from Lazada, even though very effective compared to some of the other earphone amplifiers, I should call them. So you have another lovely day, whether you're in the Philippines or overseas, and we'll see you later. I think it was a really cool guy. He sounded really cool. We'll see you on the flip side. I liked him. Joe Carno, I think his name was, or can't remember what his name was, but he had a really good radio voice. I believe he was a radio personality back in America. So reminds me a bit of a, sorry I'm rambling. There was a guy that was discovered standing in the side of the road. I'm homeless. And somebody stopped and heard his voice, a really amazing voice. And they offered him haircut, the works, teeth job, everything. And he got himself a big contract with a radio station. I think he's doing still all right. But sometimes we discover these gems in life. And I hope you find your gem in life too, Jim. Jen. All right, I'll catch you later. Bye.